and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, but I'm back. It is I, your fearless 007. I am playing as the Carolina Panthers against the home team, the Atlanta Falcons. Stay tuned.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons team as they play. They've got a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
In the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown.
The Falcon offense is ready to go to work here for the first time and leading them since 2008. There's a few things defense is showing. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And here we go for the first time in the Panthers offense, led out by their new quarterback for 2021, his 4th season overall. With the Jets, it's Sam Darnold.
Receiving this season, that catch is going to add to
take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 down. We're going to take the ball down and quickly score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They came out and then trying to stop it. They were going to take the ball and they were going to keep up with us. They did it there.
Extra point by Slide is up and good. It's the second half of the game. Joey Slide out and kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that saves. The Atlanta offense out there for the next drive. They should have 500 on the year. Because this is a team that won with the loss in that first month or so of the season.
Yo, there we go.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 catches, 129 yards.
And I certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. It brings up 2nd and 5.
execute better and try and get back in this game.
On second down, Davis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. No pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation. This offense was expecting to do big things.
Turned out that way.
Through the first 3 drives, they're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at the 18. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Panthers out there ready to begin their next drive. To the right side of his game. He's going to take it at the 35.
Man.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And that's a good substantial run there for Mike Davis. How about his career resurgence? Because he's bounced around a bit in the NFL. From San Francisco to Seattle to Chicago to Carolina. And now here with the Atlanta Falcons. Always dependable. Mike Davis.
An incomplete pass on the first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's got his pass catching tight end. That's Pitts. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9.
He's a rookie. You never want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
This is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had a good starting field position on that drive. We couldn't do anything more than after 3 plays. You have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points. They had anything to do.
His kick is right there. It's good. Lincoln says it's a good.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot. Maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. He's going to look deep for Moore. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now arguably the halfway point of the season. Time flies.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, man.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the finish. He only makes it to the 34.
that's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm saying as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way where without uncovering late, balls thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line is getting on top of the first down. And a dangerous throw. Throwing again is Darnold. This is caught. Stop it, but he does take it around two. Protection there. No, that is great protection there because of the line. That is the receiver. I think he's your first tight end on the ball. Touchdown. Darnold as the first half is winding down. Extra point by Slide is up and good. Riders on the air this first half. So not much time to speak of related to this first half as the kicks are made. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. That's set to begin the next drive. The Falcons offensive line. And we'll see what they have to do with just 15 seconds remaining until intermission. Running play on first down against fullback to the 20 now. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our
EA Sports halftime report.
Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, week 8 of the NFL season. We begin our journey up at MetLife Stadium, Cincinnati in town to take on New York. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The number 2 overall pick back in April, Zach Wilson, with 2 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger has thrown a touchdown pass. And our game is Sam Darnold, who was on target in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Randy Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. We welcome everyone back for quarter.
Let's go, Panthers.
Here's Smith to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He will push his way down to about the 14. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold now to throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
2nd down and goal. Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Here's Davis to run again on 2nd. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations,
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Dan Arnold, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 30 on second down, Ryan, and his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. From just shy of midfield, Ryan. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Hassan Reddick just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Still fighting. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And he stopped immediately. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gauden. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And that is it for this one. I will see you all at the next one. I love y'all. Peace.